Alright, cold opening. I'm in a new part of town that I haven't really been to before. Well, that's a lie. I've been here once, and that was like maybe 3 years ago, and it was for a very different thing. This part of town has a couple of really interesting, let's say, landmarks. One of them is the stadium, like the football stadium, or a football stadium in the city, and the second one is a concert venue, which is where I'm headed to. And if the map is correct, I should take a left on the next crossroads, which means I'll be there in a couple minutes. I've heard tales about the place. I've heard that it's like a very nice, underground-y kind of an environment for my type of music, which means probably I'll be able to speak with them, look for the availabilities and the dates, and then hopefully maybe we'll have a show. We'll never know. Well, the place I'm looking for is called, in French it's called La Maison Bleue, which in English translates to the Blue House. I think I'm here. Now let's see if anybody's home. Alright, so I got the place. I came here. This is the stage. The nice lady told me that it's super full until November. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I have to negotiate the prices. They also have a bar here, which is gonna be super cool. Because rock and roll. And thank you. Merci. So here's the situation. The place looks good. It can house up to like 300 people. Apparently, I have to give them all of the details for the amps, like if I need a light engineer, if I need a sound engineer, etc., which means I need to write a gigantic, like a writer. We used to have when we used to have a band in a very different timeline. We had people who would help us out with these things. It was like either the label or the producer or the producers, in one instance, who would regulate all of these things. So we would just drop by, rehearse, play, and we wouldn't really worry about these things, which is okay. I like the approach. I haven't done it myself before, but there's usually, based on what I've seen in France, usually 2 or 3 things always work. First, dialogue, conversation. Make sure that you are being super clear and you are being super correct when you speak. Number 2, a lot of things can be handled with, a little money. I'm not talking about bribery. I'm talking about the fact that if a place is full, maybe they say it is full to make you want the object of desire more. Does it make sense? They say, hey, you can't really do this specific date. You can't really perform or play this date because the place is full. But then you realize, oh, the place is full because another person is offering, let's say, $200. But if you say, hey, I'm ready to pay $250 or $300, maybe they'll play ball. You know what I mean? Anyway, this was a successful conversation. The person seemed super nice. And, well, let's go back home. All right, now I'm back in a more familiar area of the city, aka home. And I need to discuss a couple of things. So the first thing is, I have a few friends in the city who play different instruments. I've contacted them. I'm pretty sold that I know that my good friend Vic is going to be helping us out on bass guitar. I got a drummer friend of mine, Elliot. He told me He's down. He's down to clown. The issue is that he's super busy. He works with he has his own band, I believe. He also has his own music store, or he works in a music store where he's got a lot of responsibilities, and that means he's got a lot of things going on with him. Now he's a professional. I've played with him before, and he's incredible in terms of technique and in terms of timing and remembering the parts. I think he's probably gonna remember the songs better than I will, because he's a machine. He's a beast. I found through Elliot, he recommended me to talk to a guitar player. I contacted him, I talked to him, he was down. The problem for him is that the date that we fixed for our first rehearsal, he's unavailable. He's got problems, he needs to do things, and that means for the first rehearsal, it's just me and the bass guitar and drums, which for a lot of people could be fun times, but I want a full rock band. I also talked to someone who told me that he's interested in playing the keyboards, like the keys and the synth stuff for the show. However, I've never met him. I don't think I've seen any performance of him. I should ask for that. And a friend of a friend was also recommended to me to play the guitars. I asked him to see if he's down to try in the first rehearsal, just to hear the musical elements as much, as full as possible, you know what I mean? So this is the current situation, and that is if the venue is really down to giving us a good date. I don't want it to be like a random Tuesday, because usually most of the people I expect who would be interested in coming and watching the show would probably be students, and that means on Tuesdays they may have a class for Wednesdays, they may have things to do, and that would be mostly a weekend thing for them to do, which makes it hard because the place is full apparently all of the weekends. Apparently, I could be completely wrong here. And I'm gonna get home, I'm gonna write like a good writer, like a good detailed request, and then see what we got, see what we can do with them. I like the place. The area around it is it's a little downtrodden, you know. It looked like the area where tons of cars would go to get repairs, and it wasn't like super welcoming for music and artistry and stuff like that. However, it's a part of town, people are living there, and if the claims are correct and the place is packed until February, it very clearly means that the area is known to house music in it, and the access to it is not super terrible. So that's gonna be like the things for today. Probably like write an email, talk to the people I know for extra, counseling and help, and finally maybe writing some music or practicing some music. And that's pretty much where the story is going to end for now, seeing as there are too many unknowns and variables out of my current control. It's super exciting to think about such things, finally to do a show of my own, with my own style, with my own rules, but at the same time organizing all of this next to my other responsibilities. There's university classes, there's projects, there's also the songs that I should be releasing. It's fun times, it's stressful times, but generally I'm very positive that things are going to be well worth the wait, is what I was looking for. If you're still watching this video, thank you so much. If you could please do the YouTube thing so you can you'd be up to date on how this story develops. I fully intend to film the rehearsal, which is hopefully going to be in some days. I hope so. And you know what? Hoping is awesome. So I hope good things happen. Have a lovely time. Stay safe. Stay sane. Peace.